Sever the bond from Nets Republic. This video right here is not for the masses. This is not an attempt to go viral. This is not any of that. You know, there are some videos where I'll sit there and I'll title things to make it as eye-catching as possible. This is for the real Nets fans. This is for the real Nets fans. My bad for missing the Magic game. As y'all know, I had this crazy experience in the studio, but that's not here there. That is for a different channel. Just know the kids saw the Magic game, okay? The kids saw the Magic game. And basically what I have been saying for the last month of there is something brewing with this team. I don't know what it is. Some of y'all have attributed it over to it's the play-in tournament, right? Like that's what's got people acting different, and I feel like y'all are speaking Capanese at this point. Like, that is pure cap. I'm sorry, I respect y'all's opinion, but it's so much more than that. It's the fact that I think teams are looking at the schedule saying, oh, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are gone, and are just assuming they're going to get a dub. I think people are just disrespecting us and just assuming because we don't have quote-unquote stars, they're just going to get a W. Well, let me tell you something. To everyone on the Magic, to everyone in Orlando, to Mickey Mouse himself, how does that L feel? Like, my God. Franz Wagner and whoever the Caucasian coalition is, like, holy nepotism, Batman. Whatever's going on in Orlando, how did the L taste? That's what I want to know. How did the L taste? For you and all four of your fans, how did the L taste? I'll be riding through Orlando, I see the Amway Center, and I just be like, is that the YMCA or is that an arena? Like, y'all are bums. Y'all might have a nice record right now, but you're bums. Pablo Escobar, whoever your sophomore now, trash. Hold that L. All that trash they was talking, all the missed calls with the flagrant elbows and all that shenanigans. And again, the Caucasian coalition of whoever, of Wagner, whoever, both of y'all, hold the L. When Royce O'Neal plays, we don't lose. But y'all not ready to have that conversation yet. When Royce O'Neal plays, we don't lose, and y'all aren't ready to have that conversation. We can stick with the headline of, oh, Mikal Bridges is scoring a lot of points, but y'all aren't watching the games. Because real Nets fans know when Royce O'Neal plays, we don't lose. It don't matter if he start. It don't matter if he come off the bench. We don't lose. Cam Johnson is finally doing his job. This is all we ask of you. This is all I ask of you. Just do your job. Hit an open shot. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking him to go out there and drop 80. Just hit a shot. Do your job. Play the defense. Get the rebounds. That's all I'm asking, the bare minimum. And he's finally doing it. He's finally coming through. The magical disappearing man, Mikal Bridges, has finally gotten tired of getting slapped around by other teams. You realize, Brody, this is your team. Take it over. Do it. And he's waking up, and he's not only and again, this is so much more than just people are going out there hitting shots, right? It is so much more than that. It's so much more than a good substitution pattern from Jacques Vaughn. It's the players going out there and understanding it is us against the planet. Nobody believes in us. Nobody cares about us. Everyone thinks we're an afterthought. Well, how do these L's taste? Mikal Bridges is out there playing with a different type of energy, a different type of anger, a different type of chip on his shoulder, where failure is not an option. He's scoring on folks. He's making up new sellies. He's making up new sellies. the confidence he's playing with, the anger he's playing with, the aggression he's playing with, the arrogance he's playing with. That's what we need. Someone sat him down and said, "You're that guy." This is when you're not a role player anymore. I'm actually seeing it. When leadership comes into play. When it's time to close the game, everybody get out the way, take the ball out of Spencer Dinwiddie's hand. That man can be out there 2 of 10, complaining about not getting a foul. Get the ball out of his hand. Take the last shot yourself. You're Mikal Bridges. Step up. And he finally is. They're not going to give us the calls. They're not going to respect us. Other arenas are not going to be nice to us. These other players are not just going to be like, "Oh, he's such a cool guy. Let's just not knock him to the ground every play." And he stopped listening to Jacques Vaughn, which I love the absolute most. Forget the threes. Get in that mid-range game. Can't nobody guard him. Get in that mid-range game. Cut to the basket. Cool. Forget them threes. He'll hit him every now and again, don't get me wrong. But, that's not your game, bro. Just do your little mid-range, cut to the basket Kawhi thing. And when I say Kawhi thing, I'm talking about the defense, too. Because, my God, is he locking people up. We are putting people in penitentiaries out there. Y'all, it's beautiful. Vice President Harris would be just loving this. With all the people of color being put in prison by the Brooklyn Nets. They love it. She would love it. Y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand that this team, it's not about certain play. See, now I'm bought in. Now I see the vision. Now I get it. The team, as much as I am team Cam Thomas, and I'm very happy to see him back, and the All Man in the Three podcast and all that stuff, that's cute. That's great. I understand. I get it. But this is what is really sitting with me. It's the fact that we are using Cam Thomas as a decoy. We're using him as a decoy. Do you see the way they are blitzing him? He can't even dribble the ball past half court anymore because there's so much defensive attention on him. So since everyone is so vacuum sealed, no Justin Timberlake, tunnel visioned, if you will, just 2020 experienced all over Cam Thomas, the floor is so open. Oh my God, it's like they did it on purpose. And I'm not going to give Jacques Vaughn that. I'm not going to give Jacques Vaughn that. That is pure coincidence. But the attention and the press that Cam Thomas is getting is making it so much easier for everyone else on the court. It's ridiculous. And Finney Smith is playing amazing. Fast forward to the Hawks game. Now, I didn't go to this one because I ain't got that kind of money twice. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't got that kind of money twice. I just paid rent. I ain't got that kind of money twice. Just to give you just a preview. I blew rent's worth money on that last game. I ain't got that twice. 2 weeks later, I was nah, I ain't going back. The ticket dude was hitting me up "Hey, yo, Seven, you try?" I'm nah, I ain't got that twice. I'm going to be honest with you. That was a once in a season. That's a Christmas present for me type stuff. I was you know what? I work every day. Treat yourself type stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't got courtside twice in 2 weeks. I ain't got that kind of money, but that's not here there. The kid been eating nothing but ramen noodles, let me tell you, but that's not here there. Anyway, y'all, the Hawks game. Y'all know how I feel about the Hawks. Y'all know how I feel about Atlanta. Y'all know how I feel about the Braves and the Dream, allegedly the Falcons. I'm kind of a free agent there, but y'all know how I feel, okay? But I keep trying to tell y'all that when the chips are down and it's serious time, you know what I mean? Like when you really get pressed onto who is your main type stuff, I'm talking about you might have a favorite. Let's use Super Smash Brothers as an example. I don't know how many people play Smash. This might not be the demo for this, but you might have someone who you like playing with, right? But then like when someone sees you going to town with that character and they try to like choose who they think your favorite character is, so like you can't use them in the match anymore and you go to your actual main, that's what the Nets are to me. Like, I just like basketball. Don't get me wrong. I like basketball. I live here, so you know what I mean? It's good basketball being played right now. I mess with the home team, right? But when it's time to pick your main, right? Like everyone's like, oh, I get it. Several likes the ice climbers because they're cheap. let me just pick them this time. Oh, you thought it was ice climbers? Nah, my main is Roy. My main is Roy. I get that sort. The Hawks are cute, don't get me wrong. Trae Young is my lock screen, don't get me wrong. I just got the Trae threes, I ain't gonna lie to you. But when the Nets come to town, it's a different story. It's a different story. As much as I am disgusted with the Liberty, it is strictly personnel and nothing against the team. Because when Brooklyn comes to town, it's different. And yet again, it was another closely contested game. And I think there's a possibility, assuming that the Hawks don't fall like all the way off the face of the earth and like they don't even make the play-in or something like that, I think there's a possibility that we might see them in the first round. Assuming they make it to the play-in, I wouldn't mind seeing this playoff matchup. Not just because I can actually go to that one, but from the standpoint of it's always a good game. I mean, it's always a good game. Thank God this one did not go to overtime because I got to work in the morning. I ain't got that type of time right now, but that's not even there. Also, I fell asleep, but I paused it when I felt myself falling asleep, and I was like playing Nicki's album, right? What is this commercial? Jesus Christ. I don't even know if I can say on camera the type of commercial I was just watching. The ad council going crazy with the PSAs, but that's not even there. During Christmas is nuts, but that's not even there. But what was I saying before them? Maybe playing them in the playoffs. Oh, it's always a close game. I'm happy it didn't go to overtime. I felt myself falling asleep a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I can't post another late video, so I put the game on mute, and I played that new Pink Friday 2. You know what I mean? Where the Bob's at? You know, man. Y'all from New York. Come on now. Y'all from New York. Where the Bob's at? South Jamaica. You know what I mean? Where the Bob's at? Y'all from New York. Stop playing. But that's not either there. So I'm playing that new Nicki while I'm watching the game to keep me awake type stuff. Nicki's snapping, by the way. We got to do an album review on that at some point, but that's not here there. We never got to the Trippie Redd review, but we will get to the Nicki Minaj review, but that's not here there. So, and it's like the type of energy that the Nets had on the court with the type of just aggression and the type of chip on your shoulderness, if you will. Like matching that with Nicki's album was like peak basketball. I'm gonna be honest with you, that was peak basketball. It is such an aggressive game. It's just, again, I really think it's a situation of teams are just not taking us seriously, and we have a bunch of players on the team that are not, like, they're just not letting the disrespect ride. Especially because we needed to get back against Atlanta. The way they was talking, the way they was acting, if I was at that game, I'm going to be honest with you, if I was at this one, they would have dragged me out. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was at this one, they would have dragged me out of State Farm and I would have been banned. Because I would have been talking so reckless to the bench, they would have had to throw me out. I'm going to be honest with you. And I was talking pretty flagrantly at the last one. I thought Patty Mills was going to swing, but that's not even there. But there is one individual who needs to be highlighted because obviously Mikal played well. Cam Thomas is the ultimate decoy. I love it. Cam Johnson is not getting enough credit for the fact that he's playing the 4 right now. We're not talking about that enough. Obviously, Royce O'Neal is the cheat code and the secret weapon that does not get enough love. Claxton is playing out of his mind per usual defensively. Don't get, taken aback by box scores and say, oh, it's not efficient. Like if you're an analytics dork and you're just like checking the box score and the numbers, I can understand if you felt like that was a bad game from Claxton. But if you were watching, right? You know what I mean? If you were actually watching the game and you were using the eye test, there's no possible way you can push anyone down the stairs. Even when it comes to my Spencer Dinwiddie slander, as far as like how much he shot and all that stuff, like I complete. Ooh, they got the stats on the screen. Hold on 1 second, because I got the post game. I got the post game from the Hawks. We had 24 assists, 12 turnovers. We were 11 from 20 for 27 from three. It seemed like it was more than that, but that's not even there. And we were 46% from the field the whole game. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Wow, the Hawks are pretty inefficient. We should have had more foul shots than that too. That's crazy. Sorry, I got the Hawks post game up on the screen. I never get to see this because, I got to watch the Nets on League Pass. I don't have Yes like y'all. So, I get to actually look at this. Mikal had 32. Cam Johnson had 17. Finney Smith had 15. Spencer Dinwiddie had 13. Again, that's another perfect example, right? But that's like segueing into my Spencer Dinwiddie dialogue for this particular video, the little Spencer segment, if you will. If you're just looking at a box score, you can sit there and say, oh, he played like trash. But he did so much more than just the couple of clutch baskets he hit, which he had some crazy clutch ones. My God. Pretty balanced scoring from the Hawks, too. 30 from Trae, 21 from Saddiq Bey. Bogey had 20. Hunter had 14. That's a pretty balanced score. As far as, actually, distributing the ball type stuff. It wasn't just spam Trae. Wow, Trae played horrible on paper. 11 for 24 that's terrible efficiency. Hey, but 9 assists and 30 points is pretty good. Made every foul shot. I feel like he had more than 5, but that's not here or there. Interesting. DeJounte Murray only had but he almost had a triple-double. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Back to what I was at. I just never get to see post-game stuff, and I'm really distracted, but that's not here or there. Back to the Spencer Dinwiddie dialogue, right? Maybe he hit a couple of clutch baskets, which they were super clutch, don't get me wrong. Especially when everybody, finally decided at the end of the fourth quarter, let's just attack Trae Young. He can't guard anyone. I don't know why it took y'all till the fourth quarter to do that, but that's neither here nor there. But even before that, when he starts hitting the floaters over Trae and all that type of stuff and cutting over to the basket and a couple of really clutch threes, there was a point where he was 1 for 10, and it's you can push him down the stairs, but he's moving the ball, he's running the offense, he's playing defense. He played well. Maybe scoring-wise, but he played well. But one person that needs to be specifically highlighted, and he's the title of the video, and I've been waiting to make this video for a very long time, and a lot of people think that I've been slandering him, but I don't think y'all are actually hearing what I'm saying. Just because I don't think someone has the ability to score does not mean I think they're useless. Unless that's their job, right? Dennis Smith Jr., of his words to Megan Triplett at the end of the Magic game, is a savage. That's what he said. You know what I mean? That's what he said. You obviously saw it in the Magic game, but in that Hawks game we just watched, not only is he a Trae stopper, which he doesn't get enough credit for that, because Trae is very difficult to guard. And it's not just because of the fouling, just in general, he's good, right? He is a Trae stopper. Even on that second to last play where Trae hits the impossible step back over him, do y'all know how difficult it is to play basketball? Forget that it's Trae, to play basketball without fouling today. You cannot touch who you're guarding. You can't touch them. Literally, you can't touch it. That's a foul. I don't know how close y'all be watching. I don't know if y'all play basketball in real life. I don't know. But, like, you cannot touch who you are guarding. It's a foul. That's why the scores are so high right now, because you can't touch people. It's all feet. You know what I mean? And if you try to get a block or a steal, you're taking quite the risk. So the fact that this man, on the final possession, maybe that was the third to last, because then Mikel hit the midi over Sadiq Bey, maybe? I can't remember, but that's not even there. That actual last play. I can't remember who else was helping. Maybe it was Mikel. I can't remember. I legitimately can't remember. But when they trapped Trae and he, like, tried to pretend like there was contact, but there wasn't. He just lost the ball. And then, like, Trae, like, travels and just flings up a shot. And he missed. I mean, it almost went in, but you missed. And he's, moaning and complaining to the refs, which I think is just crazy, because it's like, you get a dub against us, and it's like, oh, it's ice cold and stuff like that. But you have a tremendous, you have a tremendous flop and travel, and there's no call for it, and you gotta walk off the court immediately type stuff. Like, that's just so lame. But that's not here or there. I'm not gonna slander Trae on camera, but that is just so lame. I'm sorry. But who was guarding him? Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr., he's out there for the final possession. Dennis Smith's defense, like, I heard he be locking folks down, but see, he didn't do that on the Knicks. I don't know where that came from, but he didn't do that when he was on the Knicks. So this is all very new to me. When I think Dennis Smith Jr., I don't think about the defense. And he dunked the ball too, so that was cool to see, but that's not there. But even when there were, like, the plays where he would go in, he would either grab a rebound and put it back up, or get his own joy, playing the bully ball and just mean mugging the other team and talking trash on the way back. Like, that is so needed, because like I've said, in a lot of these closely contested games that we are losing, I want to see people have that energy when the team is healthy. Because keep in mind, we ain't had Dennis for a minute, right? They might catch us slipping with no Royce O'Neal. You feel me? Maybe Claxton done rolled his ankle. We ain't see Ben Simmons for 48 nights. And that's not even an exaggeration. Like, let's see these teams when we are fully healthy. Talk that trash when we are fully healthy. Because I promise you, if Ben was out there, as much as we like to have the memes of the Hawks ended his career, I want to see you do that with Ben out there. I would love to see you attempt to do that with Ben out there. It's not going to happen how you think it's going to happen. Sorry, Clint Capella. Sorry, Onyeka Okongwu. It's not going to happen. If y'all can't get bold enough with Finney Smith and Day'Ron Sharpe, it ain't gonna happen with Ben Simmons. Period. Dennis Smith Jr. played amazing, and he's playing a role. And everyone on this team has a role. Cam Thomas is the distraction. He'll go to ISO City, as he said in the interview or whatever. He'll take the grenades. Sure, he's the distraction. Mikel's gonna close it. You got Cam Johnson gonna go to, like, I'm trying to tell y'all, everyone's got a role. And at some point, I'm going to have to make the apology video to Sean Marks. Because the fact that we have acquired this team, I'm going to say some crazy stuff. Maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment. I don't know. I might come back next video and take it all back. But y'all, wait, take it all back. Relax. Okay. Y'all, This is coming from someone who is standing in front of a Karis LeVert jersey. This is my favorite Nets team ever. Now, I've only been covering the Nets for about 5 years, so maybe that doesn't mean that much. Like, I've only been here since the bubble. You feel me? The bubble Nets or whatever. That's why I'm so hard on Jacques Vaughn, because, like, that was my, you know what I mean? That was my Brooklyn Nets debut, right? Like, I've only been covering the Nets for, like years-wise, we're going on 4, but, like, season-wise, because of, like, the pandemic and stuff like that, this is, like, season 5 or 4. I'm not really sure. I'm losing count at this point. My point is, I haven't been here very long in the grand scheme of things, but I done seen some teams. You know, the blankety, you feel me? We done been through some stuff over the last couple years. We done had some teams. I done bought some jerseys. You know what I mean? We done had some teams. But I'm trying to tell y'all, this is my favorite. And assuming Ben Simmons is going to do something at all, when he returns and comes back, we get that fraction or shell of Ben or whatever he is currently. Teams are going to have a really hard time when Brooklyn comes to town. Because right now, I don't play the dark horse game. No Katy Perry. I don't play the wild card game. I don't do that type of stupid gimmicky stuff. I do my own gimmicks. But you cannot sleep on the Brooklyn Nets this year. You cannot sleep on the Brooklyn Nets this year. As much as I thought it was like just buzzwords of the, oh, well, you never know. Look at the Mavericks. Oh, well, you never know. Look at the Nuggets. Oh, you never know. Look at Brooklyn. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't saying nothing crazy. I am simply saying, God bless whoever we see in the first round. That's all I'm going to say. It better be a team that's 100% healthy and that understands the assignment. And if it's the Celtics again, oh, we got something for y'all. Oh, we got something for y'all. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, this is for the Nets fans. This ain't for the general NBA landscape. This is for the Nets fans. You cannot tell me, coming off of these 2 games, you are not walking around with a different type of energy. And even if they don't drop the like City Edition one, or even like the like association like all black one or whatever, I'm getting that Claxton jersey for Christmas. Even if I just got to do like the basic black one, that's fine. Because it's time, y'all. But that's neither here nor there. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm Sever the Bond. You're here on Nets Republic. Go stream Pink Friday 2 by Nicki Minaj. Where the bombs at? And I'll see y'all next game. Dear Trae Young, I'm so sorry I slandered you on camera. But you deserved it. You deserved it. You was doing the Mikkel. You deserved it. Forgive me, Trae. Forgive me, Trae. Adidas, please deliver my shoes.